In the bustling arena of the Second Academy in Lijiang City, the year 2624 marked a significant event, the class awakening ceremony. The students, filled with anticipation, gathered as Headmaster Luo Heng took the stage to provide crucial instructions for the ceremony. Luo Heng, a figure of authority in the Second Academy, addressed the eager crowd. The first awakening is a pivotal moment that shapes your future. Consider wisely before changing your class immediately. Combat classes like summoners and engineers require substantial resources, which might be difficult for ordinary individuals to afford. Excitement buzzed among the students, and a sense of determination filled the air. One student, voicing his aspirations, exclaimed, "I hope I can awaken as a berserker. Then I can turn into a monster-killing machine, ha ha ha." A girl expressed a different dream, "I want to be a pharmacist." This drew laughter from a boy nearby, who remarked, "You're just afraid of time." The world they inhabited had undergone a transformation years ago with the introduction of the virtual reality game, Eternal Award. People were drawn to the game due to its novel experience and the intense thrill of combat that allowed players to lose themselves in the virtual realm. However, the equilibrium was disrupted when a mysterious green light descended from the sky, striking the ground. The surface of the world expanded exponentially, revealing secret realms and bringing forth a multitude of monsters and threats. The virtual world of Eternal Award had merged with reality. Now, the once separate realms coexisted, and people could level up and change their classes to gain powers necessary for combating the newly emerged monsters. The struggle for survival and power had become an integral part of their daily lives, and the class awakening ceremony was a crucial event that determined each individual's path in this changed world. In the midst of the expectant crowd, a striking figure stood out, Zhou Yi, a handsome and muscular young man with a pale face, adorned with a peculiar necklace around his neck. He had entered this world a year ago, a journey marked by the untimely death of his mother and his sister Zhou Yun falling victim to a mysterious and incurable disease. To keep Zhou Yun alive, Zhou Yi had to rely on the assistance of a low-level priest, forcing him to sell their house and seek financial aid from relatives. However, this was merely a temporary solution. If the root cause of Zhou Yun's ailment remained undiscovered, her life would forever be on the precipice of death. The escalating medical fees and Zhou Yi's income from part-time jobs were no longer sufficient. Desperation led Zhou Yi to a decision: he must awaken a combat class to venture into dangerous maps, earning the money needed to take Zhou Yun to a higher-level priest for a chance at a cure. As the class awakening ceremony neared, a well-dressed figure, the host of the event, stepped forward holding a sphere. This person was a level 24 mage, and a hushed excitement swept through the crowd as a massive purple aura descended upon the stage. "Wow, it's a level 24 mage," the students exclaimed, and Zhou Yi found himself stunned by the mage's evident strength. The realization struck him that hosting such ceremonies could yield a substantial income, possibly reaching 6 figures. The host called for students to stand in the magic formation one by one as their numbers were shouted. The anticipation grew, and a student named Zheng Cheng, the 5th class homeroom teacher, announced the commencement of the ceremony. When the first student raised their hand, Zhou Yi mumbled to himself, "It's starting." The atmosphere buzzed with excitement and nervousness as the class awakening ceremony unfolded, each student hoping for a favorable outcome. For Zhou Yi, this ceremony represented not just a chance to unlock combat powers but also a lifeline for his sister's survival. In the midst of the eager crowd, excitement and anticipation filled the air as the class awakening ceremony unfolded. Thousands of classes were available for awakening, yet only 3 would be revealed during the ceremony. In a world overrun by monsters, combat classes held the highest regard, while lifetime classes occupied the lowest positions. The options presented were pharmacist, enchanter, and decomposer. As the students eagerly awaited their destinies, one particular boy stood out. Upset and kneeling, he begged for a combat class, expressing his disappointment at the perceived rotten luck. According to statistics from previous years, about half of the class should have been able to awaken combat classes. Among the three classes, Enchanter was regarded as having the best potential. The tension in the crowd grew as the numbers were called, with students hoping for favorable outcomes. Names like Lu Chang were announced, and the count continued until number 31, Zhou Yi. Undeterred by the apparent disappointment of not receiving a combat class, Zhou Yi walked confidently towards the ceremony stage. The journey ahead promised challenges and opportunities as he embraced the path of an enchanter, determined to make the most of his newfound abilities in the world plagued by monsters. As the class representative, Zhou Yi received encouragement from someone in the crowd, urging him to do his best. The atmosphere was tense, and the uncertainty of class awakening added an element of excitement to the proceedings. The academic performance and stats, while impressive for the class representative, were not decisive factors in determining the class one would awaken. The unpredictable nature of the world allowed for anyone to be a dark horse, and Zhou Yi's fellow students expressed confidence in his abilities. The class representative's academic achievements and favorable stats led to high expectations for the class he would awaken. Curiosity spread through the students as Tang Tianjun, the 6th class homeroom teacher, inquired about the number of students in the class who had awakened combat classes. The response came from a boy who mentioned that 16 students had awakened combat classes. However, the teacher revealed that their class already had 21 students who had awakened combat classes, exceeding expectations and even including a rare class. The news instantly fulfilled the quota for the yearly examinations. The revelation left the students in awe, and some couldn't help but question why their class representative, Zhou Yi, hadn't made a move yet. The air buzzed with anticipation as attention turned towards Zhou Yi, the seemingly stagnant class representative, prompting questions and murmurs among his peers. The unfolding events hinted at an intriguing turn of fate for Zhou Yi in the class awakening ceremony. On the class awakening stage, an unexpected event unfolded as a massive aura enveloped Zhou Yi, shrouding him in an otherworldly light. The necklace he wore started to glow, sparking fear and confusion within him. As a golden light emanated from the necklace, covering his entire body and the stage, the system activated. The revelation left Zhou Yi in shock. He couldn't believe that the seemingly ordinary necklace he had purchased in his previous life had transformed into a powerful system. The system introduced itself as the strongest class support system and offered him an S+grade talent known as the Protection of the Sacred Angel. Overwhelmed by the sudden turn of events, Zhou Yi decided to accept the gift. The Protection of the Sacred Angel S+grade talent heightened his affinity with light types, amplifying the effects of all light and divine type skills. In this world, talents were graded from F to S, and the higher the grade, the more potent the effect. Zhou Yi realized that this talent had a profound connection with the three classes that would appear in the class awakening ceremony. As he processed the newfound knowledge, onlookers wondered why Zhou Yi seemed lost in thought. Speculations arose among the students and teachers, questioning if he had failed to awaken a class, an unprecedented occurrence in centuries. However, the mystery deepened as a colossal golden light descended from the sky, transforming the clouds into a striking combination of black and gold. Recognizing the phenomenon as a talent awakening, both teachers and the headmaster stood in awe, realizing that this was no ordinary class awakening but a remarkable and rare event. The stage was set for Zhou Yi's extraordinary journey with his newfound talent and the mysteries it held. As the golden light bathed Zhou Yi, a figure descended from the sky, a fairy with white feathers, a golden ring above its head, and wings that gracefully carried it through the air. White feathers fell upon Zhou Yi, who stood frozen, captivated by the celestial presence. The fairy, with white skin, blonde hair, and a golden aura, extended a hand towards Zhou Yi, explaining, "The light is your belief and the source of your power. Under the support of belief, the secret light will always protect you and burn away all evil." With these words, the fairy transformed into a golden light and merged with Zhou Yi. A radiant cross-shaped mark appeared on his forehead, and the ethereal voice of the fairy declared, "I will always protect you by your side." A magnificent surge of energy flowed through Zhou Yi, illuminating his eyes with a golden and fiery glow. In the sky, 3 golden figures appeared, representing the protection of the sacred angel, Zhou Yi's new talent. The revelation sparked discussions and amazement in the arena. Hidden classes, previously unknown, had been unveiled: Mage of Light, Sacred Priest, and Saint Knight. Master Li, witnessing the extraordinary event, confirmed these hidden classes. The fairy proceeded to explain the attributes of each class. Mage of Light was a pure DPS class, lacking defensive skills. Sacred Priests excelled in life-saving skills and possessed the unparalleled ability of resurrection but were weak in combat. Finally, the Saint Knight class, which Zhou Yi had an affinity for, was an all-encompassing class capable of defense, offense, and buffs. Considering his talents and preferences, Zhou Yi made his choice. He selected the Saint Knight class, and a massive figure emerged before him, a Saint Knight holding a hammer with a cross sign. The knight recited a solemn oath, slashing the hammer in the air while proclaiming virtues like humility, honesty, empathy, and responsibility. With a sneer, Zhou Yi acknowledged the class, and the Saint Knight's power merged into a golden aura, enveloping him from head to toe. The system congratulated him on awakening the Saint Knight class, marking the beginning of a new chapter in Zhou Yi's journey as a formidable protector of light and justice. Zhou Yi, having successfully awakened the Saint Knight class, descended from the stage to a mix of excitement and jealousy from the onlookers. As he walked through the crowd, requests to join him on the final exam poured in from fellow students, summoners, mages, and others hoping to benefit from his strength. Amidst the gathering, a teacher intervened with frustration, urging the students to disperse. The teacher's attention, however, was different when it fell upon Zhou Yi. A glint of approval shone in his eyes as he commended Zhou Yi and advised him to go home and rest, with a directive to visit the headmaster's office the next day. In his bedroom later that day, Zhou Yi checked his increased stats. Strength, constitution, agility, and intelligence had all seen significant improvements. Recognizing the importance of strength in efficiently dealing with monsters, he prioritized his stat points accordingly. The system beeped, signaling a change in Zhou Yi's status. The screen displayed upgraded stats with a surge of golden aura around his body. The exhilarating sensation of energy coursing through him signified the transformation brought about by the stat points. The system activated the Saint Knight mission, offering Zhou Yi a daily challenge with enticing rewards. Given the significant stakes, Zhou Yi accepted the mission without hesitation. A golden light appeared, assigning a random trial ground matching his level. The mission was revealed: kill Grade E Ancient Rabbi Monster. The mine surroundings added an element of challenge to the encounter, with rocky terrain potentially providing advantages or obstacles in the battle. Zhou Yi swiftly dodged the Rabbi Monster's attacks, showcasing his improved agility and reflexes after awakening as a Saint Knight. As the Rabbi Monster continued its assault with rage-filled roars and sharp claws, Zhou Yi remained focused on his decision to face the creature without immediately resorting to his newfound skills. He relied on his physical prowess and strategic movements, emphasizing the enhanced attributes he gained from awakening. The monster's low intelligence became evident in its predictable attacks, allowing Zhou Yi to evade and counter effectively. With a combination of agile footwork and well-timed strikes, he aimed to defeat the Rabbi Monster without employing any Saint Knight skills. However, the creature's unpredictable movements caught Zhou Yi off guard, and a sneak attack targeted his stomach. Blood spilled as he staggered, realizing the potential danger of underestimating even a low-grade monster. In response to the injury, the system activated the slow regeneration skill, offering a brief window for recovery. Acknowledging the need for caution, Zhou Yi prepared to face the rabbi monster with a more strategic approach. The trial became a test not only of his combat abilities but also of his adaptability and resilience in the face of unexpected challenges. The mind's echoing caverns witnessed the clash between Saint Knight and ancient rabbi monster, as the stakes remained high in this virtual battlefield with real-life consequences. Zhou Yi, determined and undeterred by his initial mistake, activated his Saint Knight skills to counter the rabbi monster's assault. The golden cross-shaped slash from the blade of pure white skill cut through the air, freezing the enemy in its tracks with light-type magic. The battlefield became a display of radiant energy as the unleashed power of the Saint Knight clashed with the monstrous foe. The Tiger Pounce skill, at grade D level 4, allowed Zhou Yi to grab the rabbi monster and forcefully propel it into the unforgiving rocks. The impact caused multiple stages of damage, showcasing the versatility of his newfound abilities. The clash between the Saint Knight and the ancient rabbi monster intensified, with each move reflecting Zhou Yi's commitment to mastering his class. The golden fire aura surged around Zhou Yi once again, signaling the activation of the slow regeneration skill. The wounds inflicted by the rabbi monster began to heal within the next 30 seconds, demonstrating the restorative power granted by the Saint Knight class. As the rabbi monster attempted a final assault, Zhou Yi stood his ground, ready to deliver a decisive blow. With a confident smile, he unleashed a powerful punch, signaling the end of the trial. The system promptly declared the completion of the trial, acknowledging Zhou Yi's victory over the grade E ancient rabbi monster. Triumphantly, Zhou Yi stood in the trial grounds, having successfully faced a real challenge and emerged victorious. The options for rewards presented themselves once again, allowing him to choose between extra stat points, new Saint Knight skills, or random equipment to further enhance his capabilities in the trials to come. The journey of the Saint Knight had only just begun for Zhou Yi. With a decisive choice, Zhou Yi opted for the first reward, receiving 10 extra stat points. These additional stat points would contribute significantly to his overall strength and abilities as a Saint Knight. The system acknowledged his decision, and the golden light enveloped him once again, signifying the rewards being granted. As the golden light faded, Zhou Yi found himself back in his bedroom. The extra stat points now at his disposal, he contemplated how to allocate them strategically to enhance his combat prowess. Opening the system interface, he adjusted his stats with a focus on strength, constitution, and agility, aiming to maximize his efficiency in facing the challenges that lay ahead. The system beeped, confirming the successful allocation of the stat points. Zhou Yi could feel the surge of energy within his body, a tangible manifestation of the improvements brought about by the additional stat points. Detected host using stat points for the first time, activating Saint Knight mission. The system prompted him with a new mission, the Saint Knight's Challenge Level 1. This daily mission presented him with an opportunity to further strengthen his character and gain valuable rewards. Zhou Yi accepted the mission, ready to face the challenges that awaited him in the trials. As he prepared for the next phase of his journey, the message on his cell phone reminded him of another pressing matter, a visit to the hospital. The medical fees for his sister's treatment weighed heavily on his mind, and he knew that time was of the essence. Zhou Yi, now equipped with a basic one-handed sword and boosted by the rewards from the trial, set forth to confront not only the challenges within the trials but also the real-world struggles that demanded his attention. His journey as a Saint Knight had just begun, and the path ahead was fraught with both peril and potential triumphs. The hospital atmosphere was tense as Zhou Yun watched the news about the extraordinary awakening phenomenon on television. The revelation that her brother, Zhou Yi, had triggered the descent of a sacred angel and chosen the rare Saint Knight class became a citywide sensation. However, the abrupt switch-off of the television and the arrival of a nurse marked a shift in focus. The nurse, rather than addressing the news, sternly reminded Zhou Yun of the accumulating medical fees. The bill had spiked to 10,000, leaving Zhou Yi shocked and questioning the sudden increase from the initial 5,000. Financial constraints weighed heavily on her, knowing that her brother could only manage to earn 5,000 through 3 jobs in a month. The nurse justified the rise in costs, citing the use of various medicines, suppressants, and stabilizers. Additionally, the need to call in a priest due to Zhou Yi's condition acting up 3 times had incurred extra charges. The nurse's unsympathetic words stung, emphasizing the financial burden on the family. Zhou Yi, feeling misunderstood, tried to explain that she wasn't questioning the fees but was met with the nurse's callous response, advising her to accept her fate if she couldn't pay. The situation escalated when 2 men in black blazers approached, having overheard the nurse's insults. The men, apparently friends of Zhou Yi, confronted the nurse for insulting patients. They hinted at potential consequences by suggesting a visit to the director's office. The nurse dismissed their warning, declaring that these men were not to be trifled with and left the room, emphasizing the urgency for Zhou Yi to pay the medical fees. As tension lingered in the hospital room, Zhou Yi remained anxious, unsure of the impending encounter with her brother's friends and the mounting financial challenges her family faced. "Xiao Yun, I just returned from settling the bills, and I noticed an unexpected discrepancy in our account. The hospital system indicates that we have 10,000 yuan. Do you have any idea what might be the cause?" Zhou Yi inquired upon entering the room. As Zhou Yi stepped into the room, he observed 2 men dressed in black engaged in conversation with his sister. He questioned them, "Who are you guys?" The men in black politely introduced themselves, "Hello, Mr. Zhou Yi. I am Zhao Wenbing, the secretary to the mayor. I would like to discuss some matters with you." Zhao Wenbing extended his hand in a gesture, indicative of offering something. Being the secretary to the mayor in Jiangli City, Zhao Wenbing held considerable influence, occasionally even representing the mayor himself. Zhou Yi, taken aback, mumbled to himself, "Why would someone of his stature seek me out?" A handshake ensued between Zhou Yi and Zhao Wenbing. Zhou Yi suggested, "The patient's room isn't conducive to a stable conversation. Let's find a more suitable place." Zhao Wenbing agreed, saying, "Okay." As they exited the room, Zhao Wenbing instructed his companion, "You stay behind to accompany Miss Zhou. I'm going out with Mr. Zhou for a moment." The other man acknowledged with a simple, "Yes." "Did you hear about the hidden class that surfaced at the Second Academy?" "Wow, really? Who is it?" his companion inquired eagerly. "It seems to be someone named Zhou Yi. Here's a leaked photo from their school, showing the picture. He does have a rather striking appearance." Excitement rippled through their conversation. People were discussing it in a restaurant nearby. Unbeknownst to them, Zhou Yi and Zhao Wenbing were seated nearby, engrossed in their own discussion. "Mr. Zhou, congratulations on receiving the S-Grade Talent Protection of the Sacred Angel and Awakening the Saint Knight class," Zhao Wenbing congratulated. Zhou Yi modestly replied, "I was just lucky." Zhao Wenbing responded, "Achieving an S-grade talent on a regular class awakening ceremony is not something that happens by mere luck. The mayor is genuinely interested in you. He went so far as to instruct the media not to bother you and arranged a stock of cultivation resources for your exam preparation." He placed a box on the table, revealing a golden key. "These resources are stored in the city bank's vault, and this key is the only access. Feel free to voice any other requests you may have." Zhou Yi contemplated the situation and remarked, "It seems the mayor believes in my potential and sees value in investing in me. However, there's no such thing as a free meal. The mayor must be expecting some form of repayment in the future." Zhao Wenbing casually added, "Starting today, there will be a professional medical team at Miss Zhou Yun's service 24/7. Additionally, the mayor has arranged for a level 36 second-grade priest to come to Jiangli City and heal Miss Zhou Yun." Zhou Yi couldn't help but think, he has me by the neck. Nevertheless, he smiled and accepted the box. I appreciate it, he said. Zhao Wenbing concluded, you're welcome. Consider this a customary gesture. In the hospital room, Zhou Yi shared the details with his sister, and she responded with joy. Bro, you're going to rise to the top. Can I cling to you like an accessory? She playfully remarked with a smile. Zhou Yi chuckled, stop talking nonsense. You need to focus on recovery. Curious, Zhou Yun inquired about her brother's exclusive skill. Zhou Yi contemplated, the 3 Saint Knights' exclusive skills after I awaken my class are Blade of Pure White for attack, Slow Recovery for healing, and Weapon Blessing for support. Demonstrating slow recovery, he gently touched his sister's head, and a golden light emanated. The system prompted a search for slow recovery as the golden light fell on her, visibly replenishing her life points. His sister sighed in contentment, comparing the sensation to a hot spring and a full-body massage, then opened her eyes. Zhou Yi asked, Xiao Yun, are you feeling better? Holding her brother's hand, Zhou Yun sat up with a smile. It doesn't hurt anymore, and my hands are getting warmer. You're amazing, bro. Zhou Yi felt a sense of relief. Apart from his desire for strength, another reason he chose the Saint Knight class was due to Zhou Yun's condition. While it couldn't completely heal her, being a support class meant he could, at the very least, alleviate her pain. The following day, Zhou Yi found himself strolling through the corridors with Headmaster Luo Heng. Luo Heng chuckled, yesterday, several dozen universities called me to recruit you. My phone almost exploded. Even 4 teachers from the top 10 universities reached out. Do your best to fight for as many resources as you can. All of them are secondary awakened class holders above level 35. Joining them means you'll receive the best training in the future. Curious, Zhou Yi inquired about the universities. Which universities are they, Headmaster? Luo Heng listed them, Rongyang University, Chuannan University, Anji University, and Hancheng University. Zhou Yi questioned, the top 3 universities aren't among them? Luo Heng explained, the top 3 universities recruit based on exam results. They never consider talent or class, and they don't have special admissions. Old Zhao, did you use a fighter jet to come here from Chuan District, 4,000 kilometers away from Jiangli City? Fighter jet? I used the super long-distance teleportation array. It consumes a level 30 magic core for every use. But for a genius like you, there's nothing I wouldn't spend. With determination, Luo Heng declared, Chuannan University will be taking Zhou Yi. Let our skills do the talking. As their discussion echoed outside the room, the door opened, and Headmaster Luo Heng announced, Dear recruitment teachers, Zhou Yi is here. 4 teachers stood inside, the half-bald man, Zhou Tianfu, from Rongyang University, the bespectacled Mr. Li Bing from Chuannan University, the red-haired Miss Zhu Yu from Hancheng University, and Mr. Yu Yuan from Anji University. Zhou Yi bowed respectfully and said, Nice to meet you. Zhou Tianfu complimented Zhou Yi, stating that despite his hidden class, he remained humble and steady, an admirable quality. The other 3 teachers nodded in agreement. Zhou Tianfu then got straight to the point, presenting Rongyang University's offer. He raised 2 fingers, saying, Come to our university, and you will get 2 million yuan and 3 Saint Knight class exclusive skill books. Zhou Yi pondered the offer, recognizing its significance. A regular family's monthly income is 6,000 yuan, and Rongyang University offers 2 million yuan in one go. Saint Knight exclusive skill books regular people can't even touch. Not even the mayor provided resources of this level. He was genuinely surprised by the offer. Li Bing, however, dismissed it as inadequate. He smirked and said, Hee hee, just this? Rongyang University is as stingy as ever. Mr. Zhou Yi, Chuanan University is offering 3 million yuan on admission, along with 3 Saint Knight skill books a year and classes instructed by a level 56 tertiary Awakened Knight. The headmaster frowned, emphasizing the significance of a level 56 instructor. That's near the top of the planet. Becoming his disciple will bring unparalleled benefits. Zhou Yi, from Hanqing University, scoffed at the offers, stating that they were insincere. Despite their limited admission funds, she offered an immediate B-class cultivation resource if Zhou Yi chose her university. The headmaster was surprised by the mention of P-class cultivation resources and urged Zhou Yi to accept. Zhou Yi then turned her gaze to Zhou Yi and coldly asked for his decision. Despite the enticing offers, Zhou Yi calmly declined the special admission. The headmaster advised Zhou Yi to calm down, but Zhou Yi pressed for an explanation. Zhou Yi clarified his decision, expressing his desire to enter the top 3 universities, Su Kong University, Qingjing University, and Modu University. These universities were praised as the top 3 in the country, recruiting only 1,000 students annually, with admissions open to various races, including elves and giants. Acknowledging the difficulty of entering these prestigious institutions, Zhou Yi remained steadfast in his choice. Zhou Tianfu burst into laughter, mocking Zhou Yi for what he perceived as ignorance. A blue aura surrounded him as he taunted, "I thought you were a good kid, but you're just an ignorant brat. I've read your profile. You've lost too much in your first 18 years, lacking the resources to fill them up. You are weak and have low stats." Zhou Yi couldn't help but acknowledge the power of Zhou Tianfu's aura. He reflected, the me from yesterday would have knelt immediately. Zhou Tianfu continued, stating that not only would it be difficult for Zhou Yi to enter the top 3 universities with his current strength, but even if he managed to get in, he would be in the last place without focus training. The headmaster intervened, questioning the meaning of Zhou Tianfu's actions and expressing his disapproval. Their auras collided, creating tension in the room. Zhou Yi observed Zhou Yi with interest, noting his ability to withstand Zhou Tianfu's aura. She found him extraordinary. As the 3 teachers were about to leave, they commented that student recruitment not only looked for potential but also attitudes. With Zhou Yi's attitude, they believed he would amount to nothing even if recruited. Yu Yuan expressed a desire to stay longer, intrigued by Zhou Yi's high ambitions. The headmaster tried to convince the teachers to give Zhou Yi another chance. Zhou Yi acknowledged the challenge of entering the top 3 universities, affirming that countless elites in the country, along with other races, were naturally stronger than humans. Despite this, Zhou Yi confidently stated, "I will prove my strength with the result of the exam. There is 1 more month until the exam, and I will definitely raise my strength to a horrifying degree with the help of my system. I will enter the 3 universities." Zhou Yi, impressed by Zhou Yi's determination, commented on his strong and resolute eyes. She reflected on her own experiences, saying, "It's like I have gone back to the days of fighting in the front line." As she left, she expressed anticipation for Zhou Yi's results and hoped to meet him again. A month later, a vast audience gathered in the stadium, with a prominent blue mirror placed in the middle, the focal point of the impending exam. Excitement and nervousness buzzed through the air. Rumors circulated among the students. "The examiner this time is Demon Yang, we are doomed. He's the one who set the questions 2 years ago, resulting in a record-low average score for our district." Another voice chimed in, "Did you hear about Zhou Yi? He rejected special admission, he wants to enter the top 3 universities." The news sparked disbelief and skepticism. That's arrogant. Not even the top genius in a district dares to claim they'll enter the top 3 universities. How could he? He's going to lose everything because he thinks he's hot stuff with a hidden class. Amidst the discussions, all eyes turned as Zhou Yi made his entrance. A golden aura surrounded him, evoking a sense of change and power. Students observed a distinct difference in him, an undeniable transformation. Zhou Yi stood confidently in front of the blue mirror, ready to face the challenges of the exam. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation and curiosity about the results of his daring choice to pursue admission to the top 3 universities. The dark forest loomed around the students, its twisted branches reaching out like skeletal fingers against the backdrop of an enigmatic night sky. The secret realm they were about to explore held the promise of challenges and dangers, with its levels ranging from 10 to 13 and difficulties escalating from easy to hard, culminating in the nightmarish. Cat monsters and minotaurs, cruel creatures with a taste for human flesh, roamed the depths of the forest. The air hung heavy with an impending sense of danger, and the possibility of encountering a swamp terrain only added to the uncertainty. The students gathered in anticipation, forming parties ranging from 1 to 5 members. The ominous warning from Demon Yang, the overseer of the exams, echoed in their minds. His insistence on returning immediately upon facing lethal threats emphasized the seriousness of the undertaking. The consequences were dire. Death in the map meant death in real life. Even if failure seemed inevitable, preserving one's life took precedence. As the countdown reached its conclusion, the blue light materialized, guiding the students into the mysterious realm. The transition from the familiar surroundings to the dark forest was swift, and each student found themselves in an unfamiliar, eerie landscape. The parties were diverse, each member contributing unique skills to the group. From warriors and assassins to elemental mages and gunsmen, the students faced the challenges with a mix of excitement and trepidation. Notably, Zhou Yi, a Saint Knight from Class 5, chose to go solo. The difficulty level he selected was Nightmare, a feat that even seasoned senior students hesitated to attempt. Zhou Yi's decision raised eyebrows among the onlookers, especially since he had been provided with additional resources by the city council. The director of education, Zhang Tao, expressed concern about the potential impact on public opinion if Zhou Yi were to meet an untimely end. Headmaster Luo, however, seemed unperturbed. He reassured the director, stating that Zhou Yi was not a rash individual and likely had a well-thought-out plan. The headmaster hinted at Zhou Yi holding a trump card that justified his seemingly bold choice. The students ventured further into the dark forest, each party and solo adventurer facing their own trials and uncertainties. The secrets of the secret realm awaited discovery, and the students would soon find out whether their skills and strategies were enough to overcome the challenges and emerge victorious in this perilous examination. In the heart of the dark forest, where the shadows played tricks on the eyes, red eyes gleamed ominously on the gnarled bark of ancient trees. The ground was shrouded in an eerie stillness, broken only by the swift footsteps of Zhou Yi. The Saint Knight navigated the dark terrain with unparalleled speed, his senses attuned to the subtlest shifts in the environment. As he ran, Zhou Yi's sharp eyes detected the presence of a lurking monster. Without hesitation, he drew a gleaming axe from his inventory, bathed in a radiant golden light. The monster revealed itself, a creature with a pink hue and fiery red eyes. It leaped at Zhou Yi, ready to attack. Zhou Yi stood his ground, a confident smirk gracing his lips. "Good timing," he remarked, preparing for the impending confrontation. With a swift and powerful motion, he swung his single-bladed axe, a bronze 2-star dual-handed pole arm, a formidable weapon that carried the weight of his strength and experience. The clash between Zhou Yi and the monster was intense. The axe cleaved through the air, meeting the creature head-on. Zhou Yi's stats were impressive, a testament to his month-long training that had catapulted him to the equivalent of a level 13 adventurer. A hint of anger flashed in his eyes, perhaps fueled by a desire for even greater power. Zhou Yi continued his relentless assault on the monster, walking forward with determination. The corner of his mouth curled upwards in a half-smile as he mused, "I'll come over if you're not attacking." A golden light emanated from his eyes, an indication of a power brewing within him. Driving the axe forward with a golden or orange-hued body, Zhou Yi displayed a level of mastery that hinted at his SSS-Grade talent. A golden symbol appeared on his forehead, signifying the activation of his Saint Knight exclusive skill, Weapon Blessing, granted a level C grade. The holy light condensed around him, enhancing the attack power and accuracy of his weapon within a certain range. With a powerful slash, Zhou Yi unleashed the enhanced strength of his axe upon the monster. Under the protective aura of the Sacred Angel's effect, the Weapon Blessing skill surged to new heights, boosting the axe's strength by an impressive 21 points. Zhou Yi, now on a rampage, carved through the monster with newfound prowess. The envy of other students, witnessing the strength of his powerful buffs, was palpable. In the dark forest, Zhou Yi emerged as a force to be reckoned with, a testament to the strategic choices and talents that set him apart in this deadly exam. Despite the university exam's limitation on weapons to below 3-star bronze, Zhou Yi wielded an axe that, after buffing, had an effect equivalent to a 5-star bronze. His average stats surpassed everyone else in the exam, creating a significant distance between him and his peers. 3 monsters leaped at Zhou Yi simultaneously from behind, attempting to catch him off guard. In a swift and calculated move, Zhou Yi unleashed a skill called Blade of Pure White. The blade, radiating a pure white glow, sliced through the monsters in mere seconds. The system screen displayed the result, Blade of Pure White, Level 5, Grade C. The onlookers in the arena were stunned by Zhou Yi's remarkable performance. Witnesses marveled at Zhou Yi's impeccable timing in releasing his skill just as he was attacked. He grabbed the hand of one of the monsters, and a golden aura surged around him. Zhou Yi revealed that he had personally leveled up the Blade of Pure White to 5, endowing it with powerful light element damage. Under the protection of the Sacred Angel's buff, the skill had the capability to instantly eliminate low-level monsters. Zhou Yi's combat prowess garnered admiration from the spectators. Some remarked on his exceptional speed, surpassing even the agile cat monsters. His magic releases were rapid and potent, suggesting a high intelligence stat. Observers praised his control over the axe, describing him as a combat genius. However, not everyone was in awe. One person, standing beside Demon Yang, sneered and questioned how such a talent ended up in Class 5. Director of Education Zhang Tao chimed in, acknowledging Zhou Yi's strong combat mindset but criticizing his unwise methods. Zhang Tao pointed out that Zhou Yi had wasted stamina on the first wave of cat monsters, a mistake that could prove costly in the face of the relentless nightmarish difficulty. As Zhou Yi found himself surrounded by a horde of monsters, the weight of his axe became evident. Zhang Tao expressed concern about the burden it posed to the class, emphasizing that continuous swinging could exhaust Zhou Yi to the point where he'd be unable to fend off the cat monsters in the end. With the next wave already approaching, there was no respite for the skilled but potentially overzealous Zhou Yi. The arena buzzed with tension as the next wave of the nightmare-level exam unleashed hundreds of cat monsters, their red eyes ablaze with a malevolent glow. The ground seemed to shake with their collective roars as they charged toward Zhou Yi, a relentless tide of fur and claws. Undeterred, Zhou Yi swung his axe with precision, cutting through the air as he faced the approaching horde. In a display of agility and finesse, he leaped from the ground, soaring into the air. There, he executed the golden crossed sign skill with swift efficiency, creating a massive splash that obliterated several monsters in a single, devastating blow. Descending with his axe gleaming in the aftermath, Zhuoyi continued his onslaught. The axe danced through the air, a lethal extension of his will, striking down the monsters one by one in a relentless cascade of slashes. The monsters, caught off guard by the ferocity of the assault, fell before the might of the Saint Knight. The ground beneath Zhuoyi was now littered with the defeated bodies of the cat monsters. A blue light materialized in front of him, forming a portal that served as the entrance to the next level of the exam. Without hesitation, Zhuoyi walked towards it, his axe casually resting on his shoulder. Entering the next level, a daunting sight awaited him, hundreds of monsters standing as if they were born with the sole purpose of eliminating him. Their eyes glowed with a sinister intent, and the air crackled with the anticipation of an impending clash. Zhuoyi, undaunted by the overwhelming odds, tightened his grip on his axe and prepared for the next phase of the relentless examination. The dark forest held no mercy, and the monsters within seemed eager to test the limits of even the most skilled adventurers. The challenge had only just begun for Zhuoyi as he faced the horde standing before him, ready to prove himself once more in the crucible of the nightmare-level exam.